In the world of WWE, legacies are forged in the squared circle, measured in championships, and defined by the roar of the crowd. Two names stand colossal above the rest, titans of their respective eras: John Cena and Roman Reigns. One, the embodiment of hustle, loyalty, and respect, a hero to millions. The other, the tribal chief, a dominant ruler demanding acknowledgement. The when the lights shine brightest and the history books are written, who truly sits at the head of the table? This is the ultimate showdown. Cena vs. Reigns. Who is the definitive face of WWE? Let's rewind the clock. In 2002, a brash young kid in colorful trunks answered an open challenge from Kurt Angle. His name was John Cena, and he declared he possessed ruthless aggression. While that first night didn't end in victory, it was the start of a meteoric rise. Cena was a gym rat, a workhorse with a background in bodybuilding. He quickly evolved, adopting the Doctor of Thugonomics persona, a rap-battling anti-hero who resonated with the audience. His connection was undeniable. He wasn't just a wrestler. He was a pop culture phenomenon in the making. A decade later, another force emerged, not as a single star, but as part of a destructive trio. In 2012, Roman Reigns, alongside Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, debuted as The Shield. Dressed in tactical gear and emerging from the crowd, they were a force of nature, delivering a brand of justice that turned the entire WWE landscape on its head. Reigns was the powerhouse, the enforcer, with a pedigree steeped in wrestling royalty through the Inoue family. Unlike Cena's immediate solo push, Reigns' early career was about collective dominance, learning the ropes as part of one of the most successful factions in WWE history. While Cena had to find his footing alone, Reigns was forged in the fire of a brotherhood, building his main event presence piece by piece. When we talk about greatness, we talk about gold. And both men have held a staggering amount of it. John Cena's championship resume is the stuff of legend. He is a record-tying 16-time world champion, a benchmark that has stood as the pinnacle of success for decades. For over a decade, Cena was the main event. The United States Championship, the tag team titles, Royal Rumble wins, Money in the Bank, you name it, he's won it. His title reigns defined an entire era of WWE, a period often called the Cena era. He was the reliable, ever-present champion, the final boss for any superstar looking to make a name for themselves. Then there's the tribal chief. Roman Reigns' championship journey tells a different story, one of absolute, undisputed dominance. While his total number of world title reigns might not match Cena's 16 yet, the quality and length of his most recent reign are historic. As the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Reigns held the title for over 1,300 days. This wasn't just a title reign, it was a dynasty. It's the longest Universal Championship reign in history and the longest WWE title reign of the modern era. While Cena's career is marked by the sheer volume of his championship victories, climbing the mountain time and time again, Reigns' legacy is defined by building a fortress on top of that mountain and refusing to let anyone else even get close. It's a debate of quantity versus quality, of a relentless hero versus an immovable ruler. Championships make you a star, but legendary matches make you immortal. John Cena's catalog of classics is vast. Think of his I Quit match against JBL, a brutal war that cemented his toughness, or his first WWE Championship win against that same JBL at WrestleMania 21, the coronation of a new king. His series of matches against Edge, Randy Orton, and CM Punk are iconic, especially the 5-star classic against Punk at Money in the Bank 2011, a match many consider one of the greatest of all time. Cena's ability to tell a story of the underdog fighting from beneath, taking an incredible amount of punishment before making his heroic comeback, became his signature. He was the ultimate babyface, and his matches were masterclasses in crowd manipulation and dramatic storytelling. Roman Reigns' journey to legendary status in the ring followed a different path. As the Shield's enforcer, his battles were gang warfare, a whirlwind of organized chaos. That as a single star, particularly as the tribal chief, his matches became cinematic experiences. His feud with his own cousin, Jey Uso, was a Shakespearean family drama that played out in the ring, culminating in a Hell in a Cell I Quit match that was as emotional as it was brutal. His WrestleMania main events against Brock Lesnar, The Undertaker, and Cody Rhodes are moments frozen in time. Unlike Cena's fast-paced, comeback-driven style. Reigns' matches are methodical, deliberate, and suffocating. He controls the pace, isolates his opponent, and tells a story of a final boss who believes he is simply on a different level than everyone else. Each match feels like the final chapter of a blockbuster movie. Perhaps the most telling comparison between these two icons is their relationship with the WWE Universe. John Cena experienced a phenomenon unlike any other. For years, arenas were filled with a deafening, divided chorus of "Let's go Cena" and "Cena sucks." He was a polarizing figure. Children and families adored him as a real-life superhero, the face of the Be a Star anti-bullying campaign and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, for which he has granted more wishes than anyone in history. Yet, a large portion of the adult male audience rejected his clean-cut image, booing him relentlessly. But whether you loved him or hated him, you reacted. Cena commanded a response from every single person in the building, every single night. Roman Reigns' journey with the fans has been a roller coaster. For years, he was positioned as the next John Cena, a heroic top guy. But the audience rejected this push, booing him out of arenas, even after major victories like his 2015 Royal Rumble win. The connection felt forced. Everything changed in 2020. With his transformation into the tribal chief, Reigns finally found his true voice. The boos of rejection turned into a chorus of acknowledgement. Fans didn't just accept him, they revered him. The "Acknowledge Me" catchphrase isn't just a line, it's a command that fans willingly obey. While Cena's popularity was built on being a hero to half the crowd and a villain to the other, Reigns achieved universal acclaim by becoming the villain everyone had to respect. He earned his popularity not by asking for it, but by demanding it through sheer dominance. So, the final verdict: who is the greater icon? John Cena carried the weight of WWE on his shoulders for over a decade, through changing times and fluctuating ratings. He was a global ambassador, a media superstar, and a hero to a generation. His 16 world titles and unparalleled connection with his youngest fans solidify his place on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling. He was the perfect company man, the ultimate hero. But Roman Reigns represents the evolution of the superstar. After years of struggling to connect, he reinvented himself and created the most compelling character in modern wrestling history. His historic championship reign wasn't just a run with a belt, it was a paradigm shift. He made SmackDown the show, elevated every performer he worked with, and created must-see television every single week. He became the destination. Choosing one over the other is almost impossible. Cena defined an era with heroism and persistence. Reigns is defining this era with power and legacy. Cena was the face of the company. Reigns is the head of the table. Perhaps the best answer is that you can't have one without the other. Cena built the house that Reigns now rules. But in the end, when you ask who the single most dominant, most respected, and most important figure of the last decade has been, it's hard to raise a finger to the sky and acknowledge the one and only tribal chief. Thanks for watching. What do you think, Cena or Reigns? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more epic showdowns.